For me, there's one fish that's the perfect size, shape, and texture to make a mean fried fish sandwich. It's the winter flounder. Today I'm joining my friend Jason Colby of Little Sister Charters to target these delicious flatfish in Cape Cod Bay. When it comes to finding winter flounder, Captain Colby is one of the best. For the past 30 years, he's been running trips specifically targeting these fish. As is usually the case, Jason is the first one to haul a flounder aboard.
Quarter flounder without cheese. Get the loon out there too. Sideways skate.
Ooh. If you're not having fun flounder fishing, you're doing it all wrong.
Healthy little fish.
We had a steady pick of quality fish all morning long, and by 10:30 we reached our legal limit. All right, now I'm going to show you how to make a super tasty fried fish sandwich. Now, there's really, I think, two things that make a fish sandwich good. The first one is obvious, it's a no-brainer. You got to have good local fresh fish. Everybody knows that. Now, the second key to a good fish sandwich, I believe, is the fish needs to be super crispy. In order to achieve that, I'm going to show you a triple breading technique where we're going to coat the fish 3 times in breading to get a super crispy exoskeleton that's going to make a fabulous fried fish sandwich. The first step is to season both sides of the fillets with salt and pepper. Next, arrange 4 shallow bowls on your counter along with a platter big enough to hold the breaded fillets. The first bowl gets about 1/4 cup of flour. The second bowl gets 1 egg, about this much buttermilk, and as much hot sauce as you dare. Now beat the living daylights out of it until everything is well blended. Next up is the Ritz cracker crumbs. I like to use the hint of salt Ritz crackers. Here's a good trick. Open up the sleeve and remove about 4 crackers. We'll snack on those later. Then press down with all your might to crush them up right in the sleeve. Give them a good squeeze and dump them into bowl number 3.
Bowl number 4 gets about a cup of panko breadcrumbs. You also want to sprinkle some panko on the platter that's going to hold the breaded fillets. Now it's time for the triple dip dredge. Start with the flour. Next, our fillets get a dip in the egg wash. If you're smart, you'll use one hand for the dry ingredients and the other hand for the egg wash. But I always seem to mess this up, and I end up with bread balls on my fingertips. Now roll the fillet around in the cracker crumbs. Now back to the egg wash. And we'll finish them off in the panko breadcrumbs. Make sure they're well coated and you can't see any exposed fish showing through. Now top them off with the remaining crumbs. The next step is important. Don't skip this part. We're going to refrigerate the fillets for at least a half an hour. The salt will draw moisture out of the fish, which will help the breading adhere when we fry it. Next, we want to preheat a cast iron skillet on medium heat for about 8 minutes. When the pan just starts to smoke and the handle is hot to the touch, you're ready to fry. Add just enough peanut oil to cover the bottom of the pan. Wait about 1 minute until the oil is shimmering and it just starts to smoke. Carefully add the fillets into the skillet. While the fish is cooking, let's toast our buttered buns. After about a minute and a half, you want to rotate the fillets. Contrary to what a lot of people think, cast iron doesn't cook evenly. The center of the pan is hotter than the outer edge. When the bottom is golden brown, it's time to flip. I like to use 2 fish spatulas for this maneuver. And yes, I realize that bottom fillet is a bit overdone, but that means it'll be extra crispy. When the fish hits 150 degrees in the thickest part, we're ready to serve. This is another important step. Remove the fish to a wire drying rack. Don't put them on paper towels, that'll cause the fish to steam from below and you'll get a soggy bottom crust. Slicing the lettuce is also important. If you put whole lettuce leaves in the sandwich, the fish will slide out of the bun when you bite into it. I like to put some lettuce on the bottom of the sandwich. Add the fried fish and then slather it up with some homemade tartar sauce. Put some more lettuce on there and then top it off. Now for the best part. It's time to pig out. nom, 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 nom,